Hi, friends. Enough of my hair and everything. I just wanted to share something that happened to me because the other day, um, I was on my period, right? And it was a very busy weekend because had lots of family stuff, lots of relatives coming, and like I had to do a lot of things. We had to visit the cemetery where my family graveyard or family grave is, because it was November 1st, so we were late, but it was a weekend, so we were able to do it. And then on my dad's side, and then on my mom's side, her sister was coming, my aunt, and she was my babysitter kind of for a while, when I was younger. And she's the youngest sister of the family, so I don't know, she's like, you can tell when someone's the youngest kids, they stay the youngest kids for their whole life, and they have a different vibe, in my opinion. And Jesus Christ, a pigeon just flew onto my, wow, all right, make yourself at home. Anyway, she has a different vibe. She's different than the other brothers. But I was on my period, and while I'm on my period, if I don't just sleep pretty much the whole day, if I don't lay down on my bed the whole day or on the couch, or if I don't lay down the whole day for at least day 2 and day 3, if I'm able, day 4, if that doesn't happen, then something bad happens afterwards. So I was like, day 5, all right, we're done. I've done the weekend, nothing bad happened. I mean, I was in pain, and first time in my life, I was unable to walk from the pain, because the pain happens in the ovaries. If you have a uterus, you know what I mean. The pain happens in the ovaries. So there's 2 points right in your down belly that just pure pain. And that pain sometimes goes into the legs. And I was walking and I was experiencing this transferring of pain, and I wasn't like, I couldn't walk. It's such a, like, it's so weird because I know that it's an amount of pain that I'm able to bear when, like, I'm not on my period. But if I am on my period, that kind of pain, it's so much worse. Like, I don't know, I know that it's intensity, it's not that bad, but then I can't, like, I suffer. I just suffer. So it's a weird thing that I'm experiencing recently. But so yeah, first time in my life that I wasn't able to walk and I had to go home. And like, I'm usually very rational, and I'm like with my body, if I want to, like, I have moments where I'm not at home and I want to be home, right? Everyone does. But I'm like, I'm able to think rationally and be like, okay, you have to go home. All right. This happens in a matter of a second in my brain. So I'm just making it way too long of a story than it actually needs to be. But uh first time in my life, I was like suffering so much that I wasn't able to be rational about it. I was like, I can't go home, but I need to be home right now. And yeah, just started talking with my aunts, 2 of them, both of them, and I managed to get home somehow, suffering so much. And I wasn't like, I didn't want to show that I was suffering, because my whole face changes while I suffer like that. Of course, like, I'm in pain. But I'm like this the whole time. Like, I'm just miserable. but I wanted to make the most out of my aunt coming from her town, because she lives in a different part of Italy. So I wanted to make the most out of it, and I didn't want to take painkillers, because guess what? If I take painkillers the next time of the month, something bad's gonna happen. Like, there's pretty much no getting out of the fact that I need to suffer in my bed, like cry even. It happened so many times, but the times where I'm able to just rest are the times where I get more, um, like, where I feel the best after my period's gone. And then the next time, like, it's fine. I don't feel that much pain and all these things. But it's not always the case. Like, I'm not always able to do that, or I have to prioritize things. And this weekend, my period wasn't my priority. My aunt was, and my family was. So day 5, I was like, all right, we're over. Like, it's over. I'm fine. We're good. And I was like, I'm gonna go for a trip, because it was Monday, I think, and I didn't have to do anything that day. So I was like, I'm gonna go on a trip, a longer trip. Like, I'm gonna have lunch in somewhere like in the countryside, and then I'm gonna be back home. And as I was heading like out of the city, I was just so mad at everyone. Like, people were driving like nothing different than usual, but they were driving really bad. And this messes up, like, I get raging when I'm driving. So I was so upset, but like not angry. Like, normally I'm frustrated, and then I'm like, calm down, this is not important, it's fine, your life is good. Like, you don't need it. Like, you can dissociate, detach from, sorry, you're moving again. You can detach from this situation, all right? You don't need to care that much about the fact that people cannot drive. But I couldn't for some, oh, you can see my dirty laundry. That the other day I couldn't somehow, like, I just couldn't, and I got more and more upset, to the point where I needed to stop. Like, I had to stop at a park. Like, I parked, and I started crying. Like, I didn't even start crying. I feel like crying is something that you do. I was passive. Like, tears just came out of me. I wasn't crying. It was like, it was so weird. So then I started doing this thing, and just all the suffer for the people around. I don't know. I just started feeling all the reasons why people suffer, even starting from my aunt, that she left and she needed, like, we took her to the train station with my mom and my brother, and it was so upsetting. Like, oh, because it reminded me of when I was, away, and my parents came to visit, and then they went away. Sorry. It was so sad. It's just really, really sad to say goodbye. So, but it's, like, now I can rationalize it, and I know that I have tears and it's something that upsets me, but I can be like, all right, it happens, uh, it's fine. But in those moments, it feels like the worst thing ever. And I can't, like, I can't do anything but crying. It is so weird. I feel weird saying this, but I wanted to share this, because I feel that it's good to know that, I wouldn't say it's normal, but I'm not sure it is. I mean, I know it's, what is normal, If if enough people are experiencing it, then it's normal, I guess. I want to believe that. I want to believe that if enough people are experiencing this, then this is normal. But um this is the reason why, like, I want to be one of those people that feel this, and I want to let you know that if you're feeling this too, there's someone else who's feeling like this. Just experiencing all the people around you's suffering. So, yeah. And I guess it happens because just when my period happens, I'm just more sensitive than usual. which I'm already pretty sensitive, so it's a lot to take, but gotta deal with it and move on and live a good life, hopefully. But yeah, I just wanted to tell you this. I didn't notice the time. Sorry, it took me so long to explain this whole thing. So I wish you a great day, a great life. I hope that you don't have to feel like this, but I kind of like it's not bad. You know, I was crying so much, and then my mom came into my room because then after I parked, I cried in a parking lot, and then I came home. Again, one of the situations where I was like, I need to be home right now. I don't have the power, the strength, the energy to get home. But I managed to do it, of course, because we always have that energy. Even when we don't feel like we have it, we always have it somehow, somewhere inside. So I went home and then I started, like, I laid on my bed for 3 hours, maybe 4 hours straight. It was lunchtime. I wasn't hungry at all. Just I laid down for 4 hours being still on my bed. Like I slept and then I slept some more. And then I was just looking at the ceiling. It wasn't like I needed stillness and rest, pure rest. So my mom came in and I was crying. And if I think of how she perceives the situation, it makes me cry because I know that she feels that I'm really sad or desperate that I'm crying. So I was trying to comfort her that I'm not this desperate because I wasn't like nothing bad was happening. I just needed to cry and suffer a little bit. I don't know. So I guess it's normal, like suffering is normal part of life. But of course, it doesn't feel good. It doesn't look good for other people. And I suffer more thinking of my mom seeing me suffer than how much I actually suffer. So, and I was trying to tell her, like, there's nothing, it's normal, it's all right. Like, I'm feeling all right. There's no, and so I guess it is part of life, pain, as much as joy and as much as everything else. So, on one side, I wish you don't have to feel it, and no one has to feel it. I don't have to feel it as well. But on the other side, I know that it's part of it, and we can actually not make it worse by creating a monster out of it. If we just, I'm not saying to accept it, but there's nothing more that you can do actually. So I think it's better to accept it. And it doesn't mean, like, this is the thing, accepting it doesn't mean to not feel it. Like, it just means to not beat yourself up when you feel it or for feeling it whenever you feel it or whenever you feel like you need to stay down for a moment. It's okay. You don't need to stay up all the time. And I'm telling you this now, but it's not easy to have this self-talk in your head while you are laying on your bed and just looking at the ceiling and feeling your whole being crumbling. So I don't know what the purpose of this was, but I hope that something that I said provided some kind of something for you. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore, so I'm gonna stop talking. Bye. Have a good day.